children to your yoga video lesson. So many of you I've taught before in the Bellum, but some of you, especially if you're in reception, I may not have taught you yet, so you may not have met me. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Camlin and I teach yoga at the Bellum. So we're going to be doing some short videos, a couple every week, where we're going to come and move our bodies, do a little bit of yoga, a little bit of breathing, and just come and have a little bit of fun, hopefully, together. So with these videos, you can do them as many times as you want. If you need to pause me at any point, you can pause me and go and do whatever you need to do. But hopefully they're not going to be too long. They should be about 15 to 20 minutes. So we should manage to just do a little bit of a warm up. We're going to explore yoga poses and the alphabet for the next few weeks. And then we're going to have a little bit of a rest. So we're going to come and start how we always start, which is finding a comfortable seat. Now that might be cross-legged for you, it might be kneeling. The main thing that we want to be able to do is to make sure that we can sit up nice and tall. So sometimes we tend to sit a little bit like this. I call this slumpasana, where we're slumping down, and then it's not so easy for us to take a nice deep breath. So we're going to come and sit up nice and tall, making our spine nice and long. We're going to come and take 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose, unless your nose is blocked, in which case we can breathe through the mouth with our chime. So let's come, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. One last time, breathing in and breathing out. And let's just take a moment just to notice how the body feels today. Do I feel tired today? Do I feel like I've got lots of energy? Is it easy to sit still, or is it a little bit difficult? Do I feel like moving? Just noticing, how am I feeling today? Okay, so we're going to come and start with a little body warm up. We're going to come and warm up our whole body before we come to do some yoga poses. So we're going to start with our toes. So let's come into L-shaped sitting. So we're sitting like the letter L. We're going to come and give our toes a wiggle. We're going to wiggle them all about. We're going to squeeze them in, stretch them out, and wriggle them all about. Squeeze them in, stretch them out, and wriggle them all about. Then we're going to move them towards us and then away. Towards us and away. So we're going to say hello to our toes, hello, and then goodbye. And we're going to notice where we feel that. Maybe in the back of the leg, we can feel some movement as we move our feet. Let's come to make some circles with our ankles. So we're warming up our ankle joints here, circling our ankles. And then let's come and bring in one knee, bring in 2 knees. I'll come and face you again. We're going to give our knees a hug. Give your knees a hug. Maybe give your knees a kiss. I love my body. I love myself. Sending your body, sending yourself some love, and giving yourself a big hug. Maybe you can even come to lift your toes off the ground. So we might even come to balance a little bit now. Just always want to make sure that we've got nothing behind us that we can hit our head on when we come to balance on our sit bones, in case we roll back. We don't want to hit our head. So just lifting your toes and having a quick balance. Okay. From there, let's come and move on into our butterfly, moving to the inside of our legs, giving them a little bit of a stretch. Then we're going to come across our legs and find some circles. Going one way, like we're circling over our knees, and then the other. Coming to breathe in and out as we move our body. And out. Okay, from here, we're going to come and bring our hands to our shoulders. We're going to come and do some circles with our shoulders. Just noticing, it's almost like we're drawing circles with our elbows. If your elbow had a felt pen on the end of it, you'd be drawing big circles and then changing direction. So just noticing how that feels in the shoulder. The shoulder has lots of movement in it. Okay. And then let's come and breathe in. We bring our shoulders up to our ears. Breathing out, letting go. breathing in and letting go. One more time, breathing in and letting go. Giving your shoulders a bit of a wiggle. Let's bring our arms out in front of us, stretching our fingers out like stars, squeezing them in, stretching them out, squeezing them in, stretching them out. One more time, squeezing them in, stretching out, and then giving your hands a shake. Okay. Now from here we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees on all fours. Put our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees under our hips. We're going to tuck our toes under, and we're just going to come and lift into what is called a downward dog. It's like a V shape with your body. So we're going to come tuck our toes under, we're going to lift our knees, we're going to come up into this V shape. So just notice how that feels. You can bend one leg, straighten the other. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands and just be like a rag doll for a moment, just hanging like a rag doll. Let your arms be floppy, your head be floppy. You can keep your knees bent if you need to, or you can come to straighten them, just what feels good in your body. So, rolling all the way up. When we're coming to practice yoga, we always want it to feel good in our body. We're coming to listen to our body and noticing how our body feels when we do different kind of yoga poses. Okay, we're going to come now to do our sun salutation. So I'm going to come and put on some music. Coming towards the camera. Hopefully this will work. Let's see if we can. If you haven't done the sun salutation song before, what we're going to do is do a load of dancing to warm our bodies up, and then just sort of follow the movement. So just come and follow along as best as you can. Let's see. So coming onto your mat, just dance. However our body wants to move. Do you want to move your arms, your legs? You might want to do some jumping. You might want to move slow or very fast.
Sun salutation, dance
what
for
feels
the
good in my body today?
Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation.
Okay, now we're going to come to the end of our mats. We're going to stretch up high to the sky,
and down low.
tickle your toes,
Feet jump back,
just like a frog,
belly on the
belly on the
ground.
ground, just all the way down.
Look at the sun, now downward dog,
Just like we did before.
and breathe,
Breathe. Let your head and neck be nice and relaxed.
and breathe,
And breathe.
feet jump
Just
up,
like a frog.
hang down low,
Tickle your toes.
stretch up
Reach
high,
for the sky.
mountain
Look what
pose,
you've done. We're going to come and do it again. Everyone ready?
stretch up
High
high,
to the sky.
hang down low,
Tickle your toes.
feet jump back,
Just like a frog.
belly on the ground.
Just like a snake.
Look at the sun, now downward dog, and breathe, and breathe. Feet jump
Just
up,
like a frog.
hang down low,
Tickle your toes.
stretch up
High
high,
to the sky.
mountain
Look
pose.
what you've done. Done, everyone. We're going to come do a bit more
Sun
dancing.
salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation,
Maybe you
dance
do a
for
bit of
the
flossing. I
sun.
can't do it.
I can
Whatever you want to do.
You can do it. We can do a sun salutation. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it. You can do it. We can do a sun salutation.
Oh, I'm going to come and stop the music. Oh, everyone else coming down to your mat. Let's come to sit down. And let's just come to notice for a moment how the body feels. Just noticing maybe you feel a little bit warmer in your body. Maybe you can notice that your breathing is a little bit different to how it was before we started the sun salutation. Maybe you can feel your heart beating in your body. Wow, just noticing all the little things we can feel. We're going to come and do some breathing now, just to bring some extra breath into the body and to calm everything down. So we're going to come and do our flower breathing. We're going to touch the fingers together. We're going to breathe in deeply, opening our petals. Breathing out, closing. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, closing. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, closing. One more time. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, closing. And notice how we feel after taking some deep breaths. So the breath is an excellent way for us to calm ourselves down if we're feeling overexcited or angry or frustrated. We can use some deep breaths to come and make us feel a little bit calmer and a little bit more settled. Okay, so we're going to come and look at some yoga poses today to do with the letter A. I'm going to come and bring this a little bit closer for you to see my letter A. So we've got some different A things. Maybe some of you have a name that begins with A. We've got our aeroplane, apple tree, alligator, arrow, an axe, and a little ant at the top there. We're going to come and do some of those yoga poses. So let's come back to the mat, and we're going to start with our apple tree. So let's come and find tree is a balance. We're going to come standing up, and we're going to think of one of our legs as the trunk, and the other one, we're just going to take the foot and lean it against the ankle. We're going to notice we might feel a bit wobbly here. Remember, you're at home. You can always hold on to something if you want to, or having something to look at. So maybe a picture on the wall or something on the floor in front of you can help you balance. So having something to focus your gaze on can help you to balance, but it's also fine to wobble. So we're going to bring our hands together, and if you feel okay here, we can bring our foot up to our calf or our shin, but not onto our knee. So we can take it above our knee onto our thigh. We just don't want to put our foot on our knee. So we've got either our thigh, our calf, or our ankle. Remember, all three are fine. Wonderful. Let's come and do the other side. And on this side, let's come and see how it feels. Might feel quite different. We're going to see if we can grow our branches this time. So coming to bring your foot to wherever it wants to be, ankle, calf, or thigh, and we're going to see if we can make some lovely big branches. Maybe imagine that you've got apples hanging off your branches. Brilliant. Let's bring the hands together. Calm down. Okay, so we're going to come now to find our axe. We're going to imagine we're a wood chopper. We're going to come and find our legs nice and wide, bending our knee, and we're going to imagine we've got a big axe. We're going to come and bring our big axe up overhead, and then as we come down, we're going to swing down. Breathing in as we lift up and breathing out, coming down. And one more time. And then we're going to swap our hands. So we're going to have the other hand on top, and we're going to come from the other side. So breathing in as we bring our arms up, breathing out. One more time. Two more times actually. One more time, breathing in. And big chop. Excellent. Did some good chopping there. So let's see, what other A things did we have? We've got our aeroplane. Should we come and be our aeroplane? We're going to come and see if we can make our aeroplane. So this is a different kind of balance that we're doing to the tree. We're going to come and find ourselves on our knees. We're going to come and bring one hand out to the side, and we're going to come and take one leg out to the side. We've got that knee bent. So we're coming here to see if we can make our wings. One wing up, so we're an aeroplane. Flying high, maybe you can lift your back leg up. You can come and play with that and see how it feels in your body. But you can always keep the foot down to stay more stable. Then let's come back to the middle, hands onto the thighs, and we're going to come to the other side. So let's bring the other hand down, take the other leg out, and see if we can open up those aeroplane wings as we soar through the sky. Maybe lifting up that leg again, giving yourself a little bit of a challenge. How does it feel? Can I balance there today? And then coming all the way back. Okay. Now, for this next pose, our arrow, we're going to come and shoot our arrow. So my feet might come off the edge of the screen, but it's okay because I'm going to actually lift my foot up. So I'm going to imagine that my foot is my arrow. I'm going to take hold of my foot or my toe, whatever's available, or my ankle. Okay, and I might find something on the wall to be my target. And then I'm going to come and shoot my arrow at the target. So you might have your toe or your foot and you're going to cross over, shooting the arrow. So pulling it back in its bow and then shooting your arrow across. Let's come and do the other side. Okay, so let's come. Got the other leg out straight in front. We're lifting up our other arrow, either holding onto the foot or the leg, drawing that arrow back in the bow, finding your target and coming to shoot your arrow across. Let's come do that again, drawing back and shooting it out, and one more time, drawing back and excellent, shooting your target. So we've got two more things to come and visit. One of them is quite a big animal. It's our alligator. We're going to come and do our alligator first. So we're going to come and lie on our tummy. But first, we're going to come and be our sleeping alligator. So just making a pillow with your hands, letting your forehead be down on the ground. We're going to be sleeping for a moment. But then we're going to wake up and we're going to be a snappy alligator. So I might have to move back so I've got space to stretch out my body. We're going to come and bring one arm over and we're going to come and roll onto our side and we're going to see if we can snap, 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 rolling on our side. Then we're going to roll over to the other side. So we're going to go roll onto our tummy and all the way over to the other side. I'm going to face away from you. Whee! Snap, snap, snap. I'm going to come and roll back. Hello! Snap, snap, snap. And let's come and do that again on the other side. Snap, snap, snap. And then for our final pose, we're going to come and be a teeny tiny little ant. Now ants are very little creatures, but they're very strong for their size. So they can lift something like, I can't remember how much their own body weight. They're very strong though and very good at working in teams, working together and building things. So let's come, bring our knees underneath us and we're going to come into our child's pose. This pose is called your child's pose, but it makes our bodies really small and we can imagine we're a tiny little ant. You're just coming to make yourself as small as possible and allowing yourself to breathe and rest. So we're a resting ant. We're an ant that isn't working too hard right now. And coming all the way up. So well done. So we did all of our A poses today. We did our apple tree, our axe, aeroplane, arrow, alligator and our ant. Now it's time for us to come and have our rest, so let's put that away and you can come and find a comfortable place to rest, lying down. If you can come and lie on your back just like this. You can take a pillow under your head or a little blanket for your body. We'll just come, we're not going to go to sleep, but we just come to let everything become soft and floppy. Come to let the whole body take a little bit of a rest. If you want to, if you're comfortable to do so, you can just close your eyes and notice how your body feels. And just come to let everything quieten down just for a few moments. When we're ready to come out of our rest, I will ring the chime. Okay, so just coming to rest for maybe 1 minute. Seeing if you can allow yourself to be still and resting for 1 whole minute. We're about halfway there, so well done. here you can come to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms behind you. Make yourself nice and long. Bring your knees in and give yourself another hug. Give yourself a cuddle and send yourself some love. And then we're going to let both knees come over to one side. The top hand's going to come over and we're going to come push ourselves up to sitting. And notice how we feel. Bring our hands in front of our heart centre. We can have the hands together and we're just going to come bow to each other. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste. Hopefully see you soon.